This podcast is brought to you by Breakfast House.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Great comeback, bro.
Like, they'll pretend to be like, oh man, I really like Iron Man. Oh shit, I love Iron Man. I got the Iron Man backpack. This, and that. But they don't know shit about Iron Man.
They don't know shit about backpacks.
I was gonna say they don't know shit about Batman. I do remember a lot of shit, and people always do that. They always pretend like they fucking came up with something, but they didn't. It was me, motherfucker.
Like what?
I give credit where credit is.
I don't remember stuff. That's not
And
like
then
that's
it
not
ended
the
up
basis.
being kind of good.
Welcome to the Tables Podcast, episode 10. We're starting the podcast right in the middle of a heated argument about
It's not heated.
a little bit.
What? Why do people inflame stuff like that? Like,
Because if you make
love
it,
to think you're right.
because to make it scandalous, it makes it good. You know
no,
what
but
I'm
it's
saying?
not like that. Though.
10 motherfuckers died. It's like one dude got hurt, he tripped. It's like anyway, yeah, whether or not Chappie's a ripoff for Short Circuit. We can continue this conversation, or we can move on to some other shit.
Before the movie even came out, let's judge it.
Yeah,
Let's judge it.
because
Judge it.
you know,
I think everyone in the movie that's a person, they kind of fit in weird to me. Actually, I don't know where this thing is placed. It's probably like in South Africa. So I see a bunch
'Cause it's
of,
the
like,
same
South
dude.
African peoples.
well, the dude that
But
made it, he
there's
makes a
also
bunch
like
of shit.
Australian, like one Mexican guy, and like the Indian guy. There's a lot of diversity in this film.
In
already,
Chappie?
in just the trailer.
It's
Is
the
that
same
from
dude that made
District 9,
Elysium. Yeah, and the same guy.
Yeah, that
That's
was
why it
awesome.
looks
That
the
was
same.
awesome.
Yeah,
in
they did,
Africa.
Elysium was like
District
that too.
What was also in Africa?
District 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I like that movie. I didn't see Elysium,
I
but
do
I
too.
wanted to see it.
It's the
Wait,
same
was-
shit, dude.
Was Elysium in Africa too?
No, it wasn't. I think they shot it in the
Third world
same.
country.
No, I know.
It was in
Los
Los Angeles.
Spanish though.
It's in Los Angeles. It was in Los Angeles in the future, and that's why everybody spoke Spanish. But
It
I
was
think
like
it was
Tesla
shot
shit.
in the same spot that they shot District 9 because it's
Probably.
the same people. I think
It's the same people.
Yeah,
I've
like,
seen
you know,
the
they
same
use-
people.
District 9, the guy made Elysium.
I didn't see any of the same people in both films.
Oh no! But it was like the
The
back
same
behind the
director,
scenes.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
It's
the
the
same
same
guy conceptualized the whole shit. That's why it looks the same. The
You can say
robots.
The same director, but you're saying the same people.
I guess I meant to say like behind the scenes.
So that still works. I mean,
It's a little like
when you're
vague.
talking about the scenery.
it's all vague. I'll agree. But
Yeah, but
that still counts under the same people. Like, that could be under the same people who made
So-
that, you know?
But not when you're talking about scenery or scenes in the movie.
in any case, since we're talking about stuff like that, I have a few things to hit. Last week we missed, but I wanted to talk about about the trip to Mars. I didn't know, but now I know. Do you guys want to talk about that, or you guys want to talk about other shit before we get into it?
I don't know too much about it anyways.
I wrote down a few things and possible questions you guys might have that anybody would have, and to answer you.
Well, no, anybody would have. I don't have any questions.
So, all right, or do you guys want to get into something else?
I really don't.
I
care.
only thing I know about the Mars thing is that I just saw that clip. That's why.
I didn't see any.
When he did that. I just saw that someone predicted that. Yeah, that was it. I just saw that someone predicted that those guys won't live for 60 days.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I don't know.
I don't think they'll live long.
Me either. No one does.
So, well, I heard it on the
They won't
news.
even make it there, right? Like, how long does it take to get there? Like, forever.
I got it. So
Months,
I got all
like-
those.
Oh, is that one of the questions?
No, I got some of the
Damn, I'm on
answers.
his list.
Yeah, dude. That's basic shit. How long is it gonna take to get to
I know
Mars?
that was always because when he first brought it up, I think when we were coming back from the comedy club, we threw all these questions at him.
yeah, and I didn't
and
know
he didn't know
any
any of them. Like, man, I just saw this fucking thing on the news or whatever.
Yeah.
So I guess he did his research.
I said
to
I
answer our
was.
questions.
You do
Yeah.
research, faggot.
All right, so it turns out these are my first bullet points, I guess. That it's called the Mars One mission, and it's a nonprofit.
That means there's gonna be a 2.
I bet you he's all smart with his research and he has a girlfriend that he pays for and, like, he has sex with her.
No, so it's this nonprofit
Pays
Dutch.
her to have sex with her?
I mean, like, you know, he can afford good things and nice things like dinner dates and stuff. No, it's an elongated joke. That's
Oh. So yeah. Anyhow,
Smurf.
yeah. So this nonprofit Dutch company is starting this thing because they believe that this could happen, and the way that they're making it out, they have 200,000 people applied, right? And then they're gonna skim it down to like 100 people, And then from 100, they're going to go to 24. And those 24 people that they choose, they're going to train them to do, like, really basic shit. Like, medical stuff, learn how to build, learn how to farm, and all that kind of shit. Those 24 people. And then from those 24, they're going to pick 6 that make the cut. And they're going to live in Mars on these pods. So, first of all, they're going to send to Mars in, like, 2000... I have wrote the date here somewhere.
Right?
Yeah, 2024, I think. They're going to send these, like... It's going to be an unmanned mission to send all this stuff, and they're going to build this livable kind of camp, almost. And they're going to have 6 pods, almost like trailers, like movie trailers for people to... You know how, like, they live in?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to live in there, and they're going to have duties. Like, some of them are going to be, like, builders and all that stuff. And every 2 years, they're going to send more people to populate Mars to see if it works. But before they send it, they haven't even figured out exactly where they're going to live. So they're going to send
Anywhere, it's all
rovers. They're going to send rovers over there to find livable land. And then,
Hasn't been rovers been sent there for like forever? Yeah.
well, that's part
How
of it.
many
That's
rovers? That's what's populating this fucking world right now. It's rovers.
and that's
They're just running into each other. Those motherfuckers need to become self-aware.
so. Yeah, this whole thing started in 2013, and
Stupid rovers.
that's the shitty thing is like they should have all this planned out before they even have a date to go, right? I think.
Hey man, you're not at NASA, so they
It's not, I don't even think it's NASA.
It's not.
No, it's like a nonprofit, dude.
That's stupid, dude.
And I think I heard that they might make it into a reality show. It's perfect reality show TV material, right? Like picking the 6 people. So
6 people in Mars.
and the way that they're gonna do it,
In a
apparently, like
house.
for them to get oxygen, they're
That
gonna get water from the soil, and from the soil extract the oxygen. And they're gonna have these Mars suits that are special made to like withstand weather and give them oxygen and withstand like crazy temperatures. And they're gonna have to eat. They're only gonna eat plants. Like they're gonna have a garden, a greenhouse, and they're gonna for protein they're gonna eat insects.
That they find there?
No, they're just gonna take. And I guess they're gonna.
How much of a supply of insects do you even?
They're gonna make a mate. I mean, if you eat a bunch of cockroaches, dude, you'll never run out. You know?
Oh, they're gonna farm the roaches.
I think they might farm the insects. And I don't know if it's roaches. They just said insects. And
like grubs from Lion King and shit. It's tasty yet satisfying.
yeah, but every
It's not
Yeah.
tasty yet satisfying.
It's slimy yet
Slimy yet satisfying.
so
tasty yet satisfying.
yeah, that's basically it. So that's what's happening in a few years. And this lady, the oldest lady that's gonna go, she's 56.
Why? Is she gonna like die off?
She said she was like, I'm excited to do something new and stuff. When most people are retiring, I'm happy to go. And it's a one-way mission. They're
Probably
not
has like
coming
no
back.
family or fucking family.
She does. She
or
has
something.
kids, and her
kids
kids are
probably-
like, "Yeah, go."
They hate her, dude. Oh, that's so
Damn.
sad. I'm
They're not gonna
sorry.
pick her to go. She's gonna
yeah,
be so
that's true.
useless there. Fuck.
My old brittle bones couldn't survive the trip to space.
Really, right? She's gonna die on the way there.
Yeah,
You have a fucking
that
stroke.
sucks. So, what do you guys think?
It's
Would you
gonna end
go?
up like Killzone.
I wouldn't go. Fuck no.
I would not go until it became fully developed. I'm not in a lifetime for me to decide.
That's a whole struggle, right? It's like,
It'll end up like Killzone, like because like you know Killzone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like how they inhabited the other planet, but it was like social, like oh fuck Hellgast, and then like they've been there for
Oh,
so
yeah,
long that
yeah,
it was like
yeah.
you know the world's different, and like they all like grow with like this like like their lungs are different because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
obviously it's a whole different
they
situation.
evolve into different.
Yeah,
people,
and
Yeah, but that's the kind of people that they were, though. They got like, they became slaves to like mine
Yeah.
shit, and like they lived underground, and all that shit would fuck with their health, and then their kids ended up just being fucked over.
Yeah, because they were there, that's their entire lives, and evolution, and they became a whole different species. Martians, dude.
It's gonna be a fucking huge moment for humankind, I guess, because all this stupid shit about like fucking being an immigrant or this and that's gonna be irrelevant.
No, it won't.
I think so.
It'll strengthen it. And the fucking Martians with your red dirt.
But it will unite people in Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't stop
It's
fighting.
a more hate, dude, for Martians. Unite us all.
For that one kid
Fuck
that's born.
them.
That's basically, dude. That's exactly what happened in The Watchmen. That was the main thing in The Watchmen.
Well, because Alan Moore is the greatest, right?
No, I'm just saying.
Alan Moore is gonna happen. Eric, you heard it from his lips. Alan Moore, you
The Simpsons did it first, you know.
Alan Moore did it.
Anyway, but I thought that was cool. I don't know if you guys want to weigh in on anything about that thing or have any questions that I might have the answers to.
No, I don't want to ask
Nah,
any
not
questions
really.
that you'll have the answers to.
Damn. Anyhow, but you can't like fucking deny that shit's kind of cool. Like,
It reminds me of I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about this, the other Earth that they found, like
Oh,
Kepler
yeah,
or something.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
it was Kepler. They found another like solar
Inhabitable.
system that had a planet that looked like Earth, and I thought that was
that's fucking rad too.
That's cool.
Because that's a new discovery. People going to Mars, like that shit's been in science fiction forever. But like, that is fucking cool.
Finally found it for that. We'll never get there, dude. But I mean,
It's crazy, huh? How like,
I've always
does that make you less religious or more religious? Like,
and
how?
shit,
What's
it,
your from
the-
1 to 10? How like, cause you know,
As far
how
as, like-
religious are you?
as far as like Christianity goes.
No,
like, you
just
know,
religious in general, like spiritual, or almost like the fact that there's like some sort of something else.
Is that supposed to like take away from that or something?
I mean,
the question is it take away or give
add
you more? Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. As far as Christianity goes, that it says that God makes like all that stuff. Like if the reason that there's like another Earth is because of God.
No, but it's mostly terrestrial. It's like too many terrestrial
course,
references.
I know, but it's like God made this, so of course He can make something else. That's what I would assume. I mean, I'm not. That's as far as I went in.
Because
That's
they're
probably anyone's argument. It's
Yeah.
gonna be anyway.
Yeah, because that's what they
Yeah.
say about dinosaurs. Because dinosaurs aren't referenced in the Bible whatsoever. But they're like, well, I guess if they're there, they're like unexplained.
Mhm.
So they've been scratching their heads about that, and most recently they started saying that it's like the Flintstones, that we lived amongst dinosaurs.
I mean, when it comes to
Complete
dinosaurs, I mean, I don't think too hard about this, but you think about the Bible, and it's like a bunch of people wrote those.
Yeah,
books.
yeah, totally. That's the
So
whole
I
point.
mean, no one was around for the dinosaurs, so who's gonna write the dinosaur book?
But it's
I
supposed.
mean-
No, I know, but apparently, well,
fucking Brachiosaurus over there.
but like it's well known that the whole fucking thing about the Bible and its validity is the fact that it's divinely written. That's the whole thing, that it was under the inspiration of God that it was written. The books were written.
I know, but I mean,
He should have included that shit.
a lot of people say that
Anyone
shit
could have
now.
said that.
Let's not talk about religion.
I'm
on
not,
here,
like,
'cause
yeah.
that's like a whole nother thing.
It is a whole other thing. We could do a whole podcast on religion.
It's
But-
like I think that politics and one other one is something you just never talk about because it never ends.
I think one of you said it about they take what's written down in a book to heart as fact. You said it.
Yeah.
What about when people read comic books and say that's the original source, and anything after that, oh, it's not following the comic book and it's fucking
Is that a
gay.
segue to the Power Rangers?
No, it's just
Oh.
a question.
It depends.
It depends.
Well, I'm
'cause I do
gonna
it.
get into it. Finna get into it. Say for
'cause short
hold on,
circuits
hold
will fucking-
on. How'd you feel about the Dragon Ball Z movie?
Which one?
There's only been one. Evolution.
Evolution?
Yeah.
The shitty one?
The shitty one. Why was it shitty?
Because everything about that movie was shitty. The graphics were shitty. The story was shitty. The people playing these characters were shitty.
Yep.
Not
see-
because they didn't follow the script, because their story in the movie
It was different.
but I didn't have a problem with it if they made it good.
But it was
That
for
was
a lot
awesome.
of people.
That was a pretty
For a
good
lot of-
fucking comeback. It was like,
It's
why
not
is it
a
shitty?
comeback. It's not a
Everything
comeback.
around it, why
See,
it was
he
shitty.
does that. Remember at the beginning
so good.
when he was all like inflamed? It's not like that. It's just his opinion. It's
That
not
was a great comeback.
I don't think it's not a comeback. It's a response to
He-
what I asked.
You
But
come
your
back with a
comeback, I mean,
response.
your question and your response to my response was very like
Aggressive.
Oh,
But I'm not
see,
attacking you.
see what he's
But
saying.
But when you
He's
do
kind
that,
of proving
you're
my point.
instigating, which is
You
not,
were doing that.
I was not instigating. I didn't go.
Great comeback, bro.
No, you were instigating your own fight.
You can't instigate your own fight.
Yeah,
if
you
you're-
can.
You can't instigate if you're in the fight. It's
Yeah, you
not.
can.
I don't even view it as a
You
fight.
just did it.
I'm not.
All right,
I'm not
relax,
viewing it
relax.
as a
Wait,
fight.
I'm gonna just
None
breathe
of
down.
this is a fight. That's why it's,
It's
not.
yeah, it's not a
comeback.
fight.
Then
No
why
one said
do
it
you-
was a fight.
It's a comeback. That's a fighting word.
To you, why do you have such a...
He came
such a
back.
fucked
Oh
up-
shit.
You have such a tunnel view about language. For you, it's like, oh, it just has to
there's
mean
words
this.
that are like. 'cause
Comeback is when you come back with a fucking comment.
Okay,
anymore.
so I give you my
Anyways,
answer. What
the
was,
answer is story was a part of it. Anyways, and a lot of people, what I was gonna say before Eric was.
I didn't even do that, dude.
Yes, you did. That's an exaggeration. For a lot of people, the story was so shit because it feels when people make movies about things that are already written, it feels like like because the movies are so popular, more popular than like the comics, or like it'll reach a broader audience.
Mm-hmm.
That if the story isn't like at least similar in any like in more ways than none or few, people feel like they're like the canon gets like rejected. You know, and like, oh, well, what happened to this? You know, this like what happened to that? You know.
I think my view on it, I you know, I go, to be honest, I go back and forth with it. But what I believe at the moment is that I don't think people should get upset because the thing that you liked originally still exists. Like, it doesn't. The only time it really sucks is, like, for instance, like Star Wars. Like, I think I get that somehow because what they once believed to be true got edited and told that it was wrong now.
Yeah, that's
So
what I was gonna say right now
so
too.
that,
after you
that
said
I get that. I get that.
because
So,
it also happened with Dragon Ball Z, which is this is a good fucking
Like GT,
topic,
right?
with Dragon Ball Z Kai.
Gotcha.
They made that shit super fucking like G-rated. Fucking Mr. Poe got changed blue. You can't see
Right,
like
like
yeah,
that.
they changed them back though.
They change it back.
Yeah, they changed them back,
and when you're that,
but only because they put it on Adult Swim now.
but you know, when they live in, like, at the same time, for instance, like this new Ghostbusters thing, like, old Ghostbusters still exist and they'll forever be there and they're still valid and they have their own fucking continuity. And that doesn't mean that this new one with all the female cast, it's gonna change that. Like that,
Oh,
and
that's cool.
people
What I
getting-
did hear before that, well, actually after that, is they're gonna probably make another Ghostbusters with the original people, and then make the Ghostbusters with the new girl cast.
But to not lose the point, that's cool. But it's like, I think that's what I believe in now. That it's like, you shouldn't get angry, and I only say that because it hasn't happened to something that I believe in so strongly. Like,
I agree with you. I never seen it in that perspective, but that's totally right. I always just saw it as is this other person that's making their own spin on it. Like they have a different view of what they want to do with it, and they totally can. And you can enjoy it or you cannot enjoy it. It's like whatever.
Well, I think the other problem is when people do that, and when new people come into the franchise liking it, and they only know the movie, and that's all they end up caring for is just the movie, and like that's all they know.
and then you can
What does it
borrow-
matter?
But,
It matters
let me say this.
because you want to talk about like Ghostbusters, and
Then just borrow a page from my fucking book and say, like, well, you know, I feel like I know the original. I feel like I can't have a conversation with you. Like, if you, for instance, like Batman. Batman's a great example because they always rehash him, and everyone there's so many different shades of the character. So, like, if you grew up with a specific Batman, like the Batman '89 character, my first introduction to Batman was the Schumacher, the movie, with Poison Ivy,
was it the
Bane.
cartoon show?
No, it's the movie.
The movie Bane and all that stuff. Because I remember buying Doritos and Hot Cheetos, and they had the holographic little fucking things that you move around. I was like, what? I was 4. I was like, shit, this is fucking cool. Like, what is that? And it's like, Batman was out.
Even for that, like those chips must have been fucking old because it came out in '89 and you were 4. Like
Schumacher. That I'm talking about.
96.
No. I'm talking about the Schumacher one was with Poison Ivy. The '89 one was with Tim Burton and the Joker.
Oh, okay.
So the last one, the one that destroyed everything, that's the one that I got onto, and I thought that was Batman. But then someone could fucking so easily tell me, like, oh, what about what about the Killing Joke? You know, that's Batman for me. It's a comic book, and it's Grady, and it's all this
Yeah, I
shit.
was
You know,
watching
when-
Comic Book
then I
Man,
can't
and they were talking about Adam West because they had Adam West on the show, and they were like, "Oh, this fucking no, his secretary or like his assistant or something went to the shop and said that she didn't like Adam West Batman." She was like, "What? She's talking shit about Adam West," and he was like, "That was my introduction to Batman. Like before that, I didn't know anything about Batman, even though there has been shit of Batman before that." But he just explained his like love for the Adam West Batman and like the really campy one, which I know I don't like, but I like Batman. A lot of Batman. Like all the other incarnations I do except for that one.
I feel that this conversation needs, like you said, like Batman might be a good example, but I feel like it's not the best example, or for this conversation it needs multiple examples because Batman is so old that that is just so so old that you need an example of something.
You're gonna find people that like the original thing, and there's gonna be people they're gonna be born after that and enjoy the rehash.
Exist that likes the original thing? Like
Original
how old is
thing
this
of
shit?
what?
Batman.
Yeah, sure. The people.
How old would they be?
Every time they do a fucking Origins movie, they always do the beginning of the Batman.
But that's a rehash of the origin. I'm talking about like the first fucking books, like when this shit came out.
I don't think anyone.
That's why I
reads them.
said
They're
Batman's probably
collectibles.
not the best example because it's so old, and like those people who feel like that might feel like the way Gerardo posed this question, like they're probably like really old, and you would need their opinion on.
Well, what?
Batman
Wait, you brought it
specifically.
up specifically. So, and you, on a day-to-day basis, this comes up more than often, more than not, about you having a conversation with somebody that doesn't know the original
It's
shit.
not day to day.
It comes out pretty often.
Yeah, it does.
I know it does. It's not day to day, man. See, it's day to day.
Pretty fucking
It
often.
feels day to day.
It's like fucking
'Cause,
3
like-
months to
'cause
3 months
mo- 'cause
because they
that's-
don't make movies that.
If I can make a
often.
top 10 list of things that make Patrick mad, it'd be like 3. That'd be like number 3 or 4.
All right, that's a better way to.
Number
put it.
1 is like Subway.
It's up there. It's like Subway. And this will turn into a different conversation. And then the second thing is like
no,
giving
that's
his
another
money.
podcast. Shit that Patrick hates. I'm gonna fucking write that down. That's
Fucking
next
giving
week.
his money to movies he doesn't like. Just
How
shit.
well do we know Patrick on the shit he hates?
We should do like Family Feud and shit. Like top 10 things that Patrick hates. People that jump on a franchise late, a rehash of a franchise. Oh, it's up there, number 3.
It's because that's all they care about, and it's like
Popular things.
I feel like because it's also because those people like they'll pretend to be like, oh man, I really like Iron Man. Oh shit, I love Iron Man. I got the Iron Man backpack. This and that, but they don't know shit about Iron Man.
They don't know shit about backpacks.
I was gonna say they don't know shit about Batman because we were talking about Batman for so long. But backpacks is funnier.
He's like, here to go, fucking.
But they don't know shit about backpacks. This backpack was made in fucking 1502 and shit. They don't know shit about backpacks. Shit, they didn't know that it used to be a side pack.
A satchel.
A satchel. But I mean, like, yeah, you know, they come in like, you know, they have the shirts and they have all the memorabilia. They fucking make their time.
all the Hot
like,
Topic gear.
all the Hot Topic gear, and it's like you meet this dude and you're like, oh shit, I like Iron Man too, and then you meet him and it's like fucking poser.
But there could be 2 people. There could be the person that says like, "Oh, you just jumped on it. You'll get there," or
They never
you'll
like
say,
that. They always pretend. Oh man, I always liked Iron Man. The only one
That's
I
because
can.
people love to put themselves above other people.
And that's
they'll
the problem.
Challenge their
What-
intellect on fucking what do you know, and they'll trivia each other.
"Wouldn't you
And-
take my stance in that instance, though? When you clearly know that you know more about this person, more about the subject than that person, and then just say like, you'll get there, right?"
I would because
and then just
I know
ignore
I'm
the
better
person.
than that, and then to
So then
argue
it's
with
okay
them
to
and,
like take my position sometimes.
The only one I can ever say anything on is Iron Man, because I know for a fact that no one gave a shit about Iron Man
I
until they
did.
made the fucking movie.
I gave a shit about Iron Man.
I-
One out of
I
fucking 1,000 people. Someone had to
I
like
watched
him.
the cartoon show, and when I first played Marvel vs. Capcom, he was the only character I ever picked.
Like, don't you feel like you
Well,
have some
let me
sort of
finish.
seniority about Spider-Man?
Let me finish.
All right.
The only thing I can say about Iron Man, because majority of people did not like Iron Man. Stan Lee said that shit himself, and
Because he was fucking ugly. He was like
'Cause he's-
big and
he-
gray.
It is a Batman
No,
ripoff.
like-
no one liked him, and that's where it's like, and then you have.
like it.
No one liked him. I mean, majority of people did not like Iron Man. They make the movie, and you know, fast forward a bit to like right now, where you meet someone who's like, "Man, I always loved Iron Man, always." And it's like the movie only came out in like what 2009. These guys are like 20. Iron Man's been a part of their lives for like what 7 years, and that's not a majority of their life. And the only thing I can say for Iron Man specifically is like Iron Man. No one liked Iron Man because you never heard of him until. You never cared about him until the movie. His cartoon show sucked. His comic
cartoon
book
show
sucked.
sucked.
And Stan Lee said it
like
himself.
the cartoon
No one
show.
fucking liked him until the movie came out. And then they always go, well, I guess that's true. And then
For
that's
me,
it.
there's always a blurred line between the
That's kind of mean, though. I mean, that's
the Hulk show and the Iron Man show, because they either would come on right after the other,
Oh, yeah.
or they would appear in each other's shit. And I was like, which one is which? Because I was so fucking young.
Because they sucked so much that they were trying to like boost each other.
And they both looked exactly the same. Like if you go look
Yeah,
at both
yeah,
of them,
yeah. The
they
Hulk
look
show, I
exactly
remember,
the
dude.
same.
Hulk, the Incredible.
See, I watched all of those. I was a fan
Me
of
too.
all of that shit.
Yeah, I guess you're angry not at the fact that they jump on late, but that the fact
not
that
angry.
they feel like they have
No,
seniority.
he's
on
angry
the
that they
subject
only know one.
I'm
version
angry
of
that they pretend to be super fans. And
when they only know
when
part of
they're
it.
not a super fan. Yeah, and it's
Okay.
like
I mean, but like, I think Eric kind of proved a point where they jumped on late. They just didn't probably ever hear this shit before until they read it or saw this movie, and then they were like, "Oh, damn, this guy's pretty cool."
But if it's
Like,
something like
it's
that,
an introduction to something.
It takes a certain personality to want to look back and find more shit.
exactly, and those people usually aren't that type. They'll just
Yeah, they're
watch
fat
the movie
types. They're
and
fat.
stay with the movie. Like, oh fuck, I seen Iron Man 1, I seen Iron Man 2, I seen Iron Man 3. I'm the best Iron Man
But
fan
sometimes
ever.
they can go back and not like them because I did like the Transformers
But they
movies,
don't.
and I tried to watch the original Transformers, and I hated it. I couldn't watch it. I didn't like it.
But see, you gave it a shot. Most people don't go back and look for it. Maybe I feel like nowadays, maybe more if it's on like Netflix, people go, "Oh shit, I like the Iron Man movie. I see the Iron Man show.
Yeah.
I'll probably watch it because you know." And if I don't like it, then there's their opinion. There's their like educated opinion on like more Iron Man shit than just the movie. But that doesn't happen too often. Like people don't like go out and like look for it.
I don't know who the hell do you
Yeah, I was
speak
just
to all
about
the
to
fucking
say
time.
You guys always say that. I'm like, who the fuck do you guys like not talk to people about shit? Like you guys talk to
Every time I
75
talk to
people?
people, every time
I talk to as many people as I can on like stuff, and it's like you start formulating like these.
I'm
people
lucky
like
enough.
this
Where? Like, where do you find these people that you talk
In
to?
the fucking world, dude. I go to fucking school. I go to work. I talk to
And you're just
guys.
randomly fucking walking and say, "Hey, Iron Man, what do
I
you know
think-
about him?"
I
No,
think-
we talk to people if they bring up Iron
To be
Man.
fair,
if
he's
someone
in-
brings it up. It's
You're
just,
like in college, so you're meeting a lot of people that are finding shit all the time. Like they're using all this shit. Yeah,
and
you
they're
know,
always
it's
into like what's popular now.
that's.
I'm
always
lucky
the
enough
point.
to
and that's why like Iron Man's popular now, so he's a conversation. People talk about Iron Man,
And it's
not
online
hard
a lot, too.
It's not hard to run into a conversation on Iron Man and like.
I'm lucky enough to find people to talk to people that know more about certain shit that I do, and then there's certain times that I feel like I know more about certain things than they do. Like I was having a conversation about the fucking Legend of Korra, and then she said a few things that made me realize like, oh, you hardly know anything about the show. So instead of trying to make her feel bad because she didn't know anything about the show, I just kind of let her be like, oh, well, you think you know a lot, whatever.
Oh, well, that's different because she's watching the show. Whether she like knows too much about it or not, like she's at least watching the
But
show.
you know, she even said
I
she
did
messed up
catch on
certain
to
plot points.
Avatar really late, but I became a fan
And that-
because Avatar: The Last Airbender had already ended.
When I got
The
into
first
it because of
thing I ever
Netflix.
saw with Avatar was the movie,
what if you?
and everyone was talking shit about it. And I was like, I thought it was pretty good.
Then you see the fucking
And
show.
then I saw
it's
the
like,
show.
Shit.
I still thought it was good because I saw it first. Like I didn't mind it because it was someone's other adaptation of it.
What if you ran into that person
Even if, like, the
who
acting
really
is
liked?
really
What if you ran
I
into that
didn't care
person?
for the acting. Like,
What if you ran into that person who really liked the movie and didn't look up the show later on?
and I didn't bother to look up the show until I remember Eric was really on its sack about it. And I was like, hey, I remember I didn't watch the show, but I saw the movie. Let me watch the show. And I binge watched all the fucking Last Airbender, and I got really into that shit. I think I saw it on Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix was my intro to it.
And then that's when I heard about Legend of Korra.
You made the Jet character, and I was like, there's a show called, Avatar. It has a character just like this. And then you watched it like the next week.
You didn't. It wasn't because of you that I fucking watched it.
Well,
my
coincidentally, I mentioned to him
Till
the week before you got into
You
it.
do that a lot. You feel like you put shit in
I
my brains.
distinctly,
Like,
distinctively remember this conversation because I was like,
I know,
there's a
and I
character
remember
like
this conversation you said, and then but just this is another.
I do not do that a lot.
You do. You feel like you put bugs in my brain, and I remember somehow like, oh, you did that because of me. Oh, you remember that because of me. It's like
I remember a lot of shit. I know that about myself. Other people always. I do remember a lot of shit, and people always do that. They always pretend like they fucking came up with something, but they didn't. It was me, motherfucker.
Like what?
I give credit where credit
I
is fucking due.
I don't remember stuff specifically.
I do remember a bunch
Oh,
of
you-
shit.
That's funny, wasn't it? Remembers everything.
I couldn't call one up
Dude.
on the random, but like when this one comes up,
Yeah,
I
know the
remember
feeling.
that. Yeah,
It's almost like, hey, you remember? No, I can't remember right now.
I can't remember right now. I can
Oh,
like
that's
Eric.
funny.
Eric always likes me when I likes it if I do that, but I can never do that. I can never like call something up like that. It always has to like kind of
Fuck,
ease
who
in.
can? Eric with his fucking mind palace of just
Eric
information
can do
that he
it.
likes
Eric,
to research.
yeah, Eric can do it. I can't do that shit though. I have too much shit in there to like have it at the front, in the RAM of my computer of my brain. Like it's always like in that deep storage until it's relevant.
But what I do know about Eric is no matter what time he gets into something, at one point in life, he'll go back and look at everything. Like Sherlock.
Yeah.
He didn't know who the fuck Sherlock Holmes was until I
Watch
told
the
him to watch
show.
the show. He watched the show, and apparently he's like a fucking
Sherlock God.
yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
He
Wikipedia.
fucking went back to look at
Again,
all the books.
you
read
say
all
that
the
like that's
books.
a bad thing.
I say it when that's people's only.
It's only a bad thing when you do it.
Why?
And then you, no. Let me
You
finish.
specifically.
No, I wasn't saying that. I was saying when you do it and then you like put yourself above someone else that probably only knows the show or like read one book?
Did this stop?
No. It's
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Because you do like to do that.
let's just say this. I don't think it's a problem to like be into something and like want to know everything about it, because that's exactly what you wish people did, right? That what you want for people to be informed consumers, and that it comes out that way because like I feel like I put in the hours to learn something a lot, and then when someone knows something on like surface level, I feel like I can't have a conversation with them. So I won't say, I'm not gonna make them feel bad and say like, oh, you don't fucking know anything. I would not say that. I just be like, well, I can't have a
You don't
conversation.
say that directly, but
After-
indirectly, you're all
How?
like, well, I read all the fucking books.
So you think
read
I
this and
passively
that,"
aggressively
and-
do it?
Yes.
If it's super,
You know.
if it's
I know
something
you're
that's
doing
like,
it.
did you know
I know.
something super secret fact that you can only
It's not
know?
a secret fact.
Well, I'm just saying,
If I
if
found
it's,
out about it, they could know.
if it's a fact like that, where it's like, do you know what year? I feel like year is always kind of like something that people can always skip over. But if it's like a major plot point, like
What is the World War we're having now? Some fucking time.
I'm just talking about, like, okay, like for Spider-Man, let's go.
A long time ago.
I can only really recognize, yeah, like a long time ago. At least you know that this person knows of its existence, regardless of like true specifics. They know about it. But I can only use Spider-Man. Something that's easy, like you know how Venom like gave birth to Carnage, right? And that's something that's fairly like if you know Spider-Man, you know that.
Sure.
And you know Carnage hasn't been in any movie.
I forgot, but I remember just.
Yeah, you do. It's something that's
Yeah, I
just
did
kind of there, you
forget.
know. And you know, say someone who like watches all the Spider-Man movies and they feel like, oh man, I know everything about Spider-Man, and they say you know everything about Spider-Man. If you give them something easy that they should know,
Maybe they don't say it, but they talk in a way that makes you think that they know everything, right? Because I never met anyone who says I know everything about it.
when people go, when I hear people go, man, I fucking love Iron Man, I fucking love this, I love. When you use the word love,
Okay.
you know that's kind of
For you, that means that like they know everything.
Not even everything, you know enough. You know, you have to know. There's a benchmark for love.
Can
you know?
it just mean that
If-
it
if
makes
you
them really
love-
happy?
If you love Pokemon, you know something about Pokemon. You know
So
something.
maybe
that
the
maybe,
next
like,
question you should ask when you meet one of these
What do you
people
love about it?
How
is
long
like-
were you into it?
No, just like where. Now I forgot. You guys started
Why,
saying
dude?
shit like
what love? Like why?
I would say, what do you love about it? And then it would say, oh, I love how, like, they would say something in response, and I'd be like, oh, I love how the Iron Man movie.
rich, and I love how he has those robots.
Let's just say Pokemon. Yeah, Iron Man, fine. Oh, yeah, man, I love how he's a fucking badass and he has great jokes in the movie.
that
and then
would
you would-
satisfy me.
Then you would say, like, oh, that's why they love it, because they love certain things intrinsic to the fucking film that they're talking about. But they're not going to say, like, oh, I love, Iron Man because of the, I don't know. I think
guess
or
if
that's
it's-
what
if-
you should
yeah.
ask. Do you love the movie Iron Man or do you love all of Iron Man, like
Or
all his
enough of Iron
incarnations,
Man.
or like do you love everything about Iron
Or
Man
many
or
of the stories
the
of Iron
movie Iron Man?
Do you guys want to talk about this Power Rangers fucking fan thing or no?
I thought it was dumb how they had guns.
Yeah, he did kind of complain about it a lot for that shit.
That they had guns?
Yeah, it made no sense. I mean, you're a Power Ranger, like. And then Jardo was like, "Well, it's supposed to be like in the future, or like a little bit more like gritty and stuff." But I think to make something gritty doesn't mean you give them a fucking SMG. Like
That's super gritty. That's like pinnacle of gritty.
you can make grit. That shit would have been just as gritty if that scene was
Gritty,
not
for
there.
me, was like the black dude being fucking addicted to drugs.
Yeah, that was. I
That's
felt like
gritty.
that's the same thing could have been achieved minus that scene. Like it would have gave it so much more integrity, but it's like what? It looked so stupid too. Fucking
And the
Power
fucking
Ranger with
cheesy
an
lines.
SMG.
It's more for that.
Yeah, and then- And then the part where he was like, the Joker
Didn't the black guy
reference.
say that? So what the fuck
He
are
did
you
say it's
talking
more
about?
for time.
cheesy.
Black guy said that.
It's
I know,
cheesy.
but he said he liked that guy.
I said it. No, I said. What?
You said you liked his part in the
I think he
The
was
short
referencing.
film.
He was referencing how gritty it was, but it went back to being cheesy by him saying it's morphin' time.
I the thing about the film is that I liked it. I liked the entire time I was like, they're trying to make Power Rangers cool. They're trying to make Power Rangers cool. They're trying to make Power Rangers not a kid thing. Oh, this is like, oh, it's okay. Oh, but it's still a kid thing. Oh, it's okay. It was like this fucking fight in my head of like, man, I keep seeing this as a fucking kid thing. Like, this is a kid show. And it's fucking cheesy and all this shit.
The only thing
And then I was like,
I've
but
had
at the
this
same time, I was like,
conversation with you
oh, this is
before,
cool.
where I can really detach myself from anything of any past origin and just watch it for what it is. I was telling you about it, and you said that you can't do that,
because it makes no sense.
and I can easily do that, and I enjoyed the short film.
I liked it.
I liked it minus I wish the fucking gun scene where the Pink Ranger's like running, shooting at whatever the fuck that was. Like it was just so stupid.
They brought the original Rita back. That shit was.
That was her?
Yeah, the original. The original
that's
before
cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Was
It's
it?
not fat.
Yeah,
Chevy
the original Rita.
Didn't look like her.
She got fat.
I mean, plus 30 years.
Well, the second one, because there was 2 Ritas.
I don't know. I
Was
didn't
there?
even
Or
notice
the
they
first-
changed.
yeah.
I mean, she always had her.
There was a
face-
Hispanic. This one was a Hispanic one, and then they changed it to like a Filipino or Asian one.
the sexy one.
In any case, yeah, that doesn't. I get what you're saying, Jordan, and I liked it. You know, I liked it the entire time. I was like, oh, this was cool. But there was just moments of it that just felt completely like really cheesy, and
Did
it
you hear
reminded
the Joker
me.
line in it.
No, what did
What
it
does
say?
a dog do when it catches?
Oh yeah, that shit. I was like, really? Why did they put that in here,
Yeah,
man?
like the guy. I felt like
I
whoever
saw,
made
yeah.
it, the director, the writer,
They
tried too hard.
tried too
Tried
hard.
a little bit too hard. in the
Everything
cheesiest
Dark
way.
Knight is like the benchmark, and they're trying to make everything like gritty. Like everything has to be like fucking Dark Knight, like gritty and
I
dark.
just-
That tone.
I wish I could minus the gun. I wish I could minus that line, and then it would have been perfect for me. I would have been like, "Oh, that was fucking tight."
The
But,
cool thing,
just minus that.
they hit or miss by people. I don't know the fucking shit with the helmet, where like the guns would like fucking ricochet, and then he was like the black dude was walking down, and they shot his helmet, and the fucking bullets would ricochet and kill the person, the shooter.
That's funny.
That was cool. You remember?
Well, the thing about their suits is that they were like impenetrable and shit. That's why they can fight all these fucking things
fucking
in their
spandex, dude.
suits.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't knew that part. I just thought
Their suits are power suits, dude.
I mean, I just thought
They look
cool
fucking
looking.
spandex as fuck.
Yeah, it looks spandex. That's
Well, that's because that's a fucking kids show. But this show made it look like just like a bulletproof like jacket thing.
Like the movie
What he was
ones?
wearing.
Like the movie, like the actual.
No, the movie ones, those just look like plastic and like
But they're like buffed
leather.
up though.
Like, yeah, they did look buffed up though, but they were
Oh,
like
yeah.
shiny and like
Oh
really,
yeah.
like,
I gotta rewatch that movie. That made me want to watch that movie.
and
Can they make it? Can they make Power Rangers not kitty?
Yeah, that guy did it good. It's just I thought it was great.
Can
I
they
just
make
didn't
it?
like a few things.
yeah, but everyone was all like, "Oh, it's not Saban approved," and that was the whole thing that I got. There was an original version that was super like not safe for work, and they took it down because Saban was all like, "You better take that shit off." And then they uploaded the like more safer for work, the one that we all saw on YouTube,
Ah, okay.
but it was still kind of gritty.
When are we gonna get out of this fog? Like where Hollywood gets a hug and shit, and shit goes back to not being so damn dark all the time.
Gets a hug, dude. I hope that never happens.
You like it? You like everything? All the properties that you love turned into fucking. They have to be fucking Dark Knight.
I don't want
Like, if
them to
Spider-Man
get a-
comes
I don't-
out and
I
it
don't
just
want them
turns
to
out-
get a hug. I mean, anything can happen. I just don't want them to go like super like.
They go back to like singing in the rain and shit.
I don't want to go back to like Batman Adam West. Is what I'm trying to say. Like I'd rather keep it there than go back. For me, I'm more tentful to like shit before I can start like not liking it, and when I don't like it, it's always for like super specific reasons and nothing past that. But
You mean you can't get past that?
no, nothing past whatever specific reason it was.
What do you mean by
It's
that?
always some
Like-
minor
like I said,
specific reasons.
But
like
something
the
minor,
guns
like
or,
like I said, like the gun thing. Like I just didn't like it because of that. But
And that
everything-
shit completely gets you out of it.
and it was
I know.
there for like less than a minute, like fucking.
But that's the
10
world they were setting.
8
dude.
seconds.
That's,
It's true.
that's like the environment they were saying. Like the where Power Ranger can't have a gun. Well, like looking.
They
It looked
they had
dumb.
guns in Power Rangers. Only
They
that
had
they shot
laser,
lasers.
pew, pew, and they were super cool. They were. It wasn't that guy.
Oh, it
just,
was like a gun, right?
It wasn't. It was always like a really
No,
stylized.
this
Power
one in the
Ranger.
film. I don't
In
remember.
the film, it was like
It was a gun. It was
Bullet.
like an SMG.
It was like
like,
an SMG. It was like a American soldier.
Oh, yeah,
gun,
that shit looks-
like a fucking German gun
Yeah?
or something like
no,
that.
it didn't. It was like a
Or
German gun.
it looked like a gun that.
It
a
looks
Power
like
Ranger would
Barney.
have.
I guess I get that, and I always see what you mean. It would be like Barney holding a gun. It just doesn't look good.
Not even
That's
that.
super not. That would.
It's not the
Because
same.
Barney's just like this round, fluffy thing.
No, yeah, I
If
mean,
they
like,
turned
something
Barney
so
into like a
obviously
real
so kitty.
dinosaur.
It's like if they
Then-
just challenged Showdown Real and they gave Omi a gun. Like, oh, let's give him a fucking SMG.
He
Oh,
didn't have a gun.
exactly.
But Power Rangers did have guns.
They had stylized. All right. Let's bring it back. Says Aaron Gerard needs to like fucking help. That's like okay.
I need
I'm
There was
trying-
obviously guns before,
Hold on, let me
and
think
they
of a
were
different one.
used
Let
to
me-
shoot
let
putty
me
men.
Let me think of another one, man. I'm trying. All right, keep going. I'm gonna think of another good example.
I know what you're saying. And
Damn. Let me think of a good example.
And they were fighting giant ass like alien creatures that look like huge spiders.
with
or
more sense,
something,
they should have used lasers. They shouldn't have used fucking like. They made it too modern. Like they try to make it too futuristic, but they use fucking guns that exist now. That's dumb.
What's wrong with that?
that they're gonna outlive guns, dude. Technology is constantly moving, right? And if you're trying to give the impression that these people live in the fucking future with all this technology and shit, why don't you use
Light
fucking...
and shit
I
technology.
got it. Okay, they make a new Mega Man game. A new Mega Man show. It's supposed to be gritty, and they give Mega Man a fucking SMG. Like, that'd be
see
fucking
that.
stupid. Like, why does
I
he
can
have
see
that? Like, why does he
You
have
should
it?
have like a laser bazooka. They should have had lasers. I thought that would be. I mean, like laser guns.
I don't. I,
That
Or
would-
Halo.
That would have been super cheesy too, and like really kiddie, which is really what this person wasn't going for.
But I mean, it could have been. It doesn't have. I mean, they're already in the fucking stupid ass suits that are already kiddie. Like,
You're not gonna get
like,
away from that.
you
That's
can't-
crazy.
I mean, kind of like this is what I was saying about the Bane thing. Like how Bane, like they try to make him not kiddie, but I mean, it's in a movie with a guy with a Batman suit. Like,
Yeah.
like I feel the mask could have worked in that because there's already a guy with a Batman suit in it, and you can still the movie can be the same. That could have been the same, minus if they didn't just give him a fucking SMG. Could have given him like a stylized, cooler gun that
If they would have
fit
done it
with
like the
him.
Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's like it's half point of like it being fun and like they're getting away with a fucking treat, but there's also some validity to it, like where it doesn't like Ronan doesn't look silly, he actually looks badass. You know, the bad guy.
Yeah, the blue guy.
Yeah, he looks. You know, the way that they made the paint work, I thought that maybe now that I
Yeah,
think
it's like
about
a
it,
tattoo kind of.
yeah, or
really
something like that,
designed.
and it's actual just like it almost looks like fucking
Or
tar.
what's it, the green guy?
No, yeah, those are tattoos. But like Ronin, where like the black looks like tar
Yeah.
or something. It's like they don't make it seem like it's makeup. I thought that was kind
But
of cool.
yeah, it's cool because like, yeah, like
They can make it work in this halfway point of it being like serious, but also like
It
you know, it
holds on
still
to,
kind
like,
of
what
holds
it-
on to what it was.
And that's what I'm saying. Like they didn't try. Like they just
They
stuck.
didn't try to make Guardians of the Galaxy gritty though. This thing was titled Gritty Power Rangers.
But greedy doesn't mean give the motherfucker an SMG.
It can be.
That's.
It's not-
I feel
you're
that's a
saying-
cop out.
You're saying that because it's supposedly gritty, that giving them guns, it's making them gritty. You think giving them guns is what makes the whole thing what it is. What's not true, because that shit was only there for 5 seconds.
But it sets the world. It sets you up. Like it goes like, oh look, he has a gun. I guess they used guns.
yeah,
Like, you
it's
think
also
about
because
it,
it's
like-
so short that seconds count for more. I feel.
He also had a sword. Why
And
aren't
they
you
have-
complaining about the sword? Sword is super outdated.
Wait, I didn't
That's
check the
true.
sword. I
That's
didn't-
true.
Super outdated.
But White Ranger had a Saba. He had a sword. Was it? Wait, I didn't check the sword. I didn't. Wait, hold
They
up,
had
hold
guns.
up. What kind of sword was it? I don't remember seeing a sword. That's why I can't say anything. I don't remember
Just a
seeing.
normal
It
fucking
was-
knight
yeah, it
sword.
was
right?
Was it like a
Normal
stupid
sword.
katana? Then that's stupid too.
That's stupid too.
Because it's just a fucking.
But you didn't bring that up.
Because
I didn't even have lightsaber, dude.
I don't remember seeing that. That's why I don't remember seeing that. I remember seeing the gun. It was at the same time as the gun.
No, it was when they were doing the fight scene.
Well,
at the end.
you know what?
I don't
Let's
remember
move this
seeing that.
conversation to the fact they're gonna make. That's what I wanted to
It's
say.
9:43.
In 2016,
It is.
they're gonna make a Power Ranger movie. What do you think they're gonna do?
I been knew about that.
No, what
about
is it gonna be? Is this
it's
gonna be
it's
the
gonna
new
be a
benchmark?
PG-13 movie. I know that
I just hope
because the
there's a lot
guy,
of fighting.
Tommy, what's his name?
Oliver?
Frank Davids or
I
David
don't
Frank something?
David, Jason, Frank.
I don't know. Whatever.
That guy.
His name, I can't remember right now, but he said that he didn't like the short film. He did and he didn't. He liked what they made, but he didn't like that he couldn't watch it with like his family and stuff
Oh.
because it's not like a kid stuff. And what he said he's really like the PG type of guy, so he wouldn't even be involved in something like that because they offered the role of Tommy to him and he turned it down. And so that's what because he was just like recording himself in his car talking about it, and he said that they're making a new Power Rangers movie and that he's waiting for that. So he's apparently gonna appear in that.
I never heard that.
Probably he's not
perspective
going to be
before.
like the White Ranger. He'll probably be like another. Like,
Auxiliary character.
yeah.
Oh, but
But,
I just
uh,
wanted to bring a point.
That's a nice perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can watch with my family.
2016, we're gonna see Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Captain America,
I'm
New
not
Ninja Turtle
seeing it,
movies,
though.
Power Rangers, and fucking X-Men all in the same year.
That's going to be 2014
Ninja Turtles
all over
2?
again.
Yeah. And X-Men, the new X-Men.
It's 2014 all over again.
Crazy. Anyhow, it's getting long. It's 9:45.
What are we talking about?
Unless you guys got
We're
something to
talking
show.
about Power Rangers
weigh in.
and the White Ranger.
Oh, the Power Ranger movie. I just hope they have more fight scenes in it. I just really want to see like more hand-to-hand combat.
And less fucking talking and drama.
Yeah. Cause that's I feel like. And
I
it's
don't
what-
want it to be like.
You think they're gonna have the whole
like,
fucking explosions
doing
in the back?
this, blows you up and like sparks and like.
I want to see a fucking fight. Like, you know, I want to see a really well choreographed fight, like some Jackie
You can
Chan
count
shit.
on that shit. I'm sure
I
that
can't
that's
count
gonna-
on that.
What
That
hasn't
shit
had that?
It doesn't have not a lot of.
That's the
fight.
high point of any of these movies is that like action parts are pretty fucking good.
CG fights are good,
Yeah.
like the Ninja Turtle ones.
I want to see like a real hand-to-hand combat, like people per person.
Like the
to
show.
person. Like the show, yeah. Like I want to see that really good though. Like someone went like it's a really like, you know, like a 5-minute fight or something like that. Like where it's like damn.
Damn, they do like a
You're
one
doing
shot
this, you're
long ass
Just
cheering?
do
5 minute
Matrix.
fight.
Matrix fights.
Matrix fights.
Yeah, those
What
are
do you mean?
fucking cool. Where it's like the actual person, but like they have the. I don't know. Those fights in Matrix look fucking badass. They look like Dragon Ball Z fights.
They did.
I don't want to see a Dragon Ball Z. I want to see a hand-to-hand fight that I can believe.
Did you ever? Did you guys
That's
ever
boring.
watch that video where it was all like Superman copied Matrix or something?
Yeah, there's a bunch of shit like that. Like fucking apparently Frozen copied Pokemon, Mewtwo.
Really?
Yeah, they created this fucking thing and they couldn't control his power, so he went to go live in solitude. Then in solitude they came to fuck with him, but then they were like, oh my god, we need to kill this beast and all this shit.
That's stupid.
No, the parallels are like there, but that's a stretch. Because you know, fucking, there's a bunch of rehashed ideas, just different fucking, the same idea, different plot. That's always my fucking point.
I don't think. I mean,
All
sometimes
right, let's get out of here.
yeah.
Well,
Talked about a lot of things tonight, but
yeah, today was a pretty fruitful podcast in my opinion. But anyway, it's about that fucking time. So you don't have to stand up, but you can't sit fucking here.
Later.